There's no monitor. Okay, it's better. It's better. Okay. Check.
We're still checking. 1, 2. Checking. What are we picking on the checks for anyway? Let's pick on the Italians here tonight. We're outnumbered.
Watch out, the sopranos are here.
I'll take care of them.
Okay, if you're not in here now, then you're not in here now. I'd like to present. How about it for the Sgro Brothers? Come on!
Nice and easy. Nice and easy, guys. Digest. Compliments to the chef tonight. Food was sensational. Okay, we're from Elmyra, New York. By the way, we're not originally Elmyra, a little town in Ohio called Wellsville.
All right.
150 miles east of here. Anybody know where Wellsville is?
Yeah.
Anybody who doesn't know where it is? How many of you out there just don't give a damn either way? Honest harmonica players, very few around. All right. This time we're going to take a little trip to Alabama. Before we do, I want to say a few words. We're very honored to have a very special guest with us who drove all the way from Alabama to be with us this evening. Now, you know those things called modules that are in outer space? They're connected to the space station. We just happened to have the gentleman who was the engineer who designed those and put them up a year ago. We beat the Russians. We got up there first. Mark Shirkoli from Alabama. Think about Willie like Judy. Think about Judy, who's a flute player, who now is interested and has a great burning passion to learn the harmonica and get rid of the flute. Mike Beckus, our Ohio manager, union manager, all those years have booked us on festivals. He's here with us. Mike, take a many national state conventions. This man kept this vision for years. Good to see you guys here.
Anyway, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. Bart's from Alabama, and Mike's favorite song is Alabama Jubilee.
What a coincidence.
So we're going to play Alabama Jubilee.
Why not?
We'll cover both of them. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Look at that show off. All right, let's continue right on into some little light classic this time. Little thing that you don't quite hear too often these days, but we've always been very fond of this little classic. It's called Haricati. We're going to slow the rhythm down now. It's a very pretty little song. Back in the days when we were with the Puleo Harmonica Gang, we worked Cuba, BC, before Castro. Beautiful down there. The Cuban cigars, oh, remember that? And the coffee, oh my God. And the most beautiful nightclub in the world, the Tropicana. It was the paradise of the Caribbean. If you were to ask us the most exciting place we've ever worked in our career, I would say Havana first.
I would say the Moose Club in East Liverpool, Ohio.
And then maybe the Palladium in London.
We're lucky to get out of there alive. All them rednecks down there.
Anyway, we picked up a song down there, a beautiful Cuban song, and probably none of you have ever heard this song. It's very, and we brought it back and recorded it with Johnny and the gang. The title of the song is called Miénteme. Cuba, as you'll do until somebody better comes along. Okay. That's a beautiful song, isn't it? Very pretty, very mood song. You know, we listen to a lot of radio, and in our travels, we listen to some of these stations that play these monster hits, and hits from yesteryear. Now, about 6 months ago, we were listening to the radio, and I forget, it was ABC Texas or something. The announcer came on and said, if you were to ask which was the most popular song in the last 50 years and had the most radio play, most performance, and stayed on the hit parade the longest, it would be this song.
19 straight weeks on Hit Parade.
And,
No song has stayed that long.
I mean, up to that point, I mean, we know this. But
Anyway,
for 50
we
years.
want to see who is the first one can guess the correct title of this song. No, not Peg in My Heart.
No.
Here, listen carefully. Not William Tell.
William Tell, I know him.
You know William Tell. Yeah, you look about the same age that he would be right now.
I am.
Who got it?
Fantasy.
All right, one more question. Who was the artist that made it very popular? Yes, you're right.
Artie Shaw.
Artie Shaw. These guys are right on the board. All right.
Yeah. Can everybody hear us on the left wing over there? Put your hand up if you can hear it clear. Otherwise, we'll have to make some changes up here. On the right wing, can everybody hear back there? Is it loud enough for you?
Turn the bass down.
Just a little bit on the bass.
I don't like it.
Sounds like we're going to have a storm.
You could start World War III by making remarks like that up here with this guy. I'm going to tangle with this boy. Who is he? That comes later. I'll introduce him later. He's got to prove, once he proves himself, then I'll introduce him. Halfway through. Okay, a little Hungarian this time. Hungarian Gypsy. How's that sound? Pretty good? You want to talk about the Frankies on this next one? We had the honor and pleasure opening for Frank Sinatra when we were with the Rascals of Beverly Hills in Hollywood. A wonderful man. great talent, a great singer, a great Fraser, so select.
Yeah, we just we decided to throw this in. This has been just redone by, well, Frank was gone, but Celine Dion, the singer of today, recorded over and above his voice, and it was a beautiful recording, and we thought we'd do it. Never heard it played on the harmonica before, but here it is, All the Way.
We know how to sing them, Sinatra, didn't we? Boy. Anyway, it's a beautiful song. Well, tribute now to one of America's great band leaders. Whenever you hear this horn come on radio or on record, you know right away you can identify with it because he had a very unique, exciting style of playing that trumpet. His name was Harry James. We're going to do a couple of his big hits, beginning with 2 O'Clock Jump. Anybody can't dance, the other one's in trouble. Thank you, sir.
And here's another one of Harry's big hits.
This is a beauty. We're going to see if to make the harmonica sound like a trumpet on this one.
One, two, three, four.
it's time now for some nice Italian music. They didn't play any yet tonight. One of the guys, who was it who won? That gentleman, was it McFarland? But he wanted to know, says, are you guys going to do Model Family? He says, if you're not going to do this, I'll do it while the people are eating. So he did a beautiful job over here back playing while we were having our dinner. Bob McFarland, great work over there. Yeah. That's one of our favorites. We do it on the Italian festivals, and we localize on that particular one. But this time we want to do a group of instrumental Italian songs that will bring memories back to you. Beginning with the most beautiful, haunting, awesome Return to Sorrento. Did we make your day for you? Did we make your night for you? She's happy. Look at her, both arms up. You love it. Okay, I'm going to play it to you then. Ready?
remember the days we used to come down here to Columbus and play a lot and do a lot of country music. Every once in a while, Dick Smith and Jack would say to us, "Hey, how about playing some of them Italian songs?" You know, we'd come down to these guys, play these Italian. Every time we played an Italian song, they would take us out, you know, nice spaghetti dinner, one time Italian scungili, one time this, one time that. It was all well and good, Jack, Dick, appreciate it. But just once we'd like to see some damn money. Just kidding, those guys took good care of us.
Hey, you gotta remember this thing, we were here on day one when this started, this club, 24 years ago. It was in the top stages, in the lobby of the great landmark downtown, the hotel. Southern on Main and High.
Yep.
It was in the top stages in the lobby after one of our shows. Dick approached us, says, "Can we possibly start a harmonica club in Columbus?" I said, why not? If Youngstown could do it, why not? You know, we'll get a hold of Vito. We'll have Vito and you guys get together. And that's how it all started, 20 years. And it just mushroomed. The first years, actually, I think for the first 10 years, we were the only group playing it. Plus a few of the guys from the club, and then it just mushroomed into it's like the national convention. You know.
Remember we used to play this song down there, we could never get it right, because we're basically Italian boys getting into country music. In fact, we were the first Italian hillbillies, but anyway.
They were at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that night.
But there's a song we could never get right every time we played down at the Southern Theater. And these guys remember. We got it, we've been practicing it.
It was a nightmare, it was a nightmare. But this time, because we're celebrating our 50th year in show business, I said we're going to do it right. So we rehearsed it, an hour and a half a day for the past 3 weeks. We got it down to perfection. Here it is. The dueling banjos on the dueling harmonicas. I'll start it out. My harmonica. Brother Antonio will do everything I do on this world's largest harmonica. Are you ready?
Come on, Tony.
Okay, now remember this. I told him we had a perfection. You went and blew the damn thing right in the first day, bro. Me first. Listen carefully, then copy identically what I do on your harmonica. Are you ready? I'm sorry. Let's try it again. No, that's not brotherly love. He wants to get even. Let's finish it out to the end. Right now, I'd like to play for you an old Elvis Presley song. Mainly because there aren't any new Elvis Presley songs. Elvis called this one It's Now or Never. We all know what the true title is because you've heard it performed so many times by the world's greatest tenor trio. Luciano Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, Jose Carreras. It's an old-fashioned Italian song simply entitled O Sole Mio. Oh, I love that Italian music. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'm crazy about it.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, it's not because we're Italian either. I mean, I have a special place in my heart for the Italian people. During World War II, an Italian girl saved my life. She hid me in the basement of her home down in Steubenville, Ohio. Stayed here till after the war. Never got to Canada. You know that little dance called the limbo? Remember the limbo? I bet you all didn't know that the limbo had its origin in Italy, did you?
Did not.
The limbo was started by our great-grandfather, Don T.H.A. of Calabria, Italy, who was trying to sneak into a pay toilet for free. Did you ever make it? While we're on that subject, it's a known fact that there was an Italian man who invented the toilet seat. 3 years later, a Frenchman came by and put a hole in it. We're proud to announce still crying from that Sereno song we played over. We're very proud to announce that our great-grandfather Don Cheech is one of the early Italian immigrants to come to settle in this beautiful country. He selected the northwestern part to settle in, Montana. Unfortunately, he was killed on the Custer battlefield during Custer's last stand. I try to understand he wasn't in the army or anything like that. He just happened to be in the area having a picnic and went over to complain about the noise. Okay, it's time to get serious. Back into the classical vein this time. Introduced by a very famous Jewish violinist by the name of T.H.A, who rated #1. Nobody could touch him in those days. Fine violinist. He brought this very beautiful piece of classical music over from Romania. He heard a gypsy violinist playing it in a little cabaret one night, and it took his fancy, so he took it and he embellished on it and finished it and recorded it, and it turned out to be one of the most exciting, beautiful pieces of classical music. It's timeless. It never dies. So I'd like to perform it for you right now, the very exciting Horace Staccato. Thank you, guys.
This is an old song by Louis Jordan in the Timpani 5 way back in the 40s. And it was redone recently by the Manhattan Transfer. And we thought it would make a nice little boogie-woogie type song for the harmonica. And here it is, Choo 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 Boogie. Choo, 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 choo.
I love that country music. We're going to do a little solemn thing here right now. A nice gospel hymn. I think about one of our harmonica brothers was scheduled to come here from Youngstown, Ohio, but he did not make it. He died just a couple of days ago. T.H.A. But we do have quite a representation from Youngstown and Wellsville. Some family here, wife for the first time. It's nice to have you all with us here. Anyway, we want to do this number now. Do we have the other one scheduled where we need help after?
Yeah, we better play this number because the song after this is going to need all the graces that the good Lord can give us. Anyway.
And Bill Ansel, our dear friend out there who joined us for dinner, we want to send this out to Bill too.
Hi.
Friedman. Phil Friedman. We haven't seen these guys in years. It's good to be with you guys again.
God bless you.
Oh, you too.
We're running out of time. We're going to try and rush this out. We got to go a couple minutes over. Is that okay, Jack? About 2 more minutes.
Well, look, this time a little trip to Brazil. This, you haven't heard this one. Called Cavaquinho, Brazilian style. Tinkle's rough, you semi-pros. Try that one sometime. George Miklas. We're coming in with us this time.
Yes. Good work, George.
Pay tribute to our great bass player, George.
And thank you, Dick Smith, Jack Ely, wonderful sound man, Doug in the group back there. Yeah, we hope we should. Just, I want to mention a few dates you might have relatives. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, July the 20th, 21, 22, 23. 4 days, Milwaukee, the biggest Italian festival in the U.S. We'll be there with all those stars. 9 stages along Lake Michigan. October 17th, one of the most beautiful dinner theaters in America is the Three Little Bakers, Wilmington, Delaware. We're going to split the bill with Al Martino there. 17th to the 22nd, Wilmington, Delaware. North Wildwood, New Jersey, July 15th, next to the Ocean Amphitheater with a 12-piece orchestra behind us. That's some of the dates we have coming on. There'll be more. New York State Fair.
By the way, did you give credit to our wonderful
Well,
bassist?
how could I miss him?
We've known
How
George
could I miss him?
since he was 10 years old. Yeah?
He's done a lot of shows with us. We thought, we requested, why don't we use George with this? We generally bring our own entourage we come here, you know, drums, bass, whatever. But this time we thought we'd take advantage of Georgie.
Yeah.
And he's super. The man's a genius. You heard him play bass. You heard the bass harmonica the other night. Because you know he can play the bass guitar just as well as he plays the bass harmonica. And if he had his tuba, he'd do the next number with us. He forgot to bring the damn thing on the Sergeant Stripes. That's all right. But he plays tuba too.
We worked with a lot of bass players through our lifetime.
Many.
How many?
Oh, God, so many. We have worked with so many bass players. But I want to say this much about Georgie. He's the most recent one we worked with.
Actually,
And you take it all, buddy, right? I'm proud of you.
here we go. Our closing number, ladies and gentlemen.
It was there we're in the United States Marine Corps, and yeah. Yeah.
Some jarheads out there.
How about Bart Tricoli? He's an ex-Marine. All right, this is it.
Mike Beckus is too.
Mike Beckus,
Mike
ex-Marine.
Beckus, ex-Marine.
Yeah.
All right, we used to perform this so many times. We used to get shows every time we performed with the Marine Corps band. So we'd like to close off with our finale. Incidentally, we'll have tapes out in the lobby afterward. Okay, here we go with the very exciting Stars and Stripes Forever, John Philip Sousa style. 1, 2, ready, play.
the end of our program, but we skipped over a number that we didn't do because we're running out of time.
Good to see you, lady.
So we'll see you. Okay. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.